Well, at the beginning, as you have seen in the previous video, you can start with a greeting paragraph saying things like, I missed you, it's great to hear from you, or just ask a question like, how are you, and things like this. Because this is an informal letter, you're writing to your friend, you should use the informal language. So a question can be the start for your essay or letter here. You need to use contractions like it's, you'll, it'll, I'm. You shouldn't write the full form because it's an informal letter. So that's one point to bear in mind. The first body paragraph will talk about the advantages of camping holiday. You can choose to talk about one advantage or two advantages. So again, the beginning of the paragraph is the introduction sentence, the topic sentence, where you should use the keywords again. So it's better to use a synonym of going on a camping holiday instead of repeating the same words. I use an outdoor and adventurous activity. Your keyword can appear in the topic sentence or a sentence after that. I connected the topic sentence to my first reason for enjoying a camping holiday here. So I use the words in the second sentence. The word using the question is enjoy. I just changed it to an adjective. So I changed the verb to an adjective. That's an example of paraphrasing. And I added another adjective to it. Then you mention your first reason. You can support your reason. So you mention it in one sentence and you can add another sentence to kind of explain it further. Then you use another connector to show that you're mentioning another reason. Because it's an informal letter, I didn't use moreover, in addition, which are the connectors mostly used in formal letters. So I use plus and I mention another advantage of camping in general. And then I finished my paragraph with a conclusion, a sentence that summarizes all the things in this paragraph. The next paragraph is talking about disadvantages. This is a paragraph talking about points opposite the previous paragraph. So I can start my paragraph with a connector showing this paragraph is the opposite of the previous one. You can use on the other hand, but, on the contrary, or however. However is a more commonly used connector for like informal letters, so I used it here. In the first sentence, again, I use the word precautions instead of using disadvantage. Kind of a synonym with a similar meaning. Then I started right off with the first reason. And I finished it here. To mention the second disadvantage, I used also in the middle of the sentence. I could add it at the beginning of the sentence, like the previous paragraph I used plus, but I wanted to make a variation here. So I put the connector in the middle of the sentence. And I explained it a little bit more here. So need to grab a sunscreen. Why? So more explanation about this disadvantage here. And again, I finished it with a kind of a summarizing phrase and clause at the end of the paragraph. The last paragraph, the last bullet point, is your decision to join your friend or not. I used would. Again, you can see it's a contraction. So I don't write I would, I'd love. This is a common way to say a no answer, like using a second conditional is the way to show that you want to say no. Like, if I had time, I would join you. The meaning of this sentence is I don't have time, so I can't accompany you. And the word unfortunately, again, shows my decision. And I gave a little bit of explanation why I can't go with her. Because she's a friend, so I would provide a kind of a reason to say no. And I try to use like idioms here. Work around the clock means work a lot. And then my decision. And at the end, you have the closing paragraph. You summarize all the things you have mentioned in the letter. Because it's a friendly letter, you wish good things at the end. And then the closing and your name.